Hello and welcome to round one of the 2012 FA World Rally Championship. We're in Monte Carlo, the WRC returning to Monaco after an absence of 3 seasons. This year marks the 80th running of one of the world's most historic rallies. With its famous mixed conditions and difficult tyre choices, this the first time for many years that a WRC event has run over 5 days, starting in Valence and finishing in the Principality of Monaco, 18 stages in total. Well, with 17 World Rally cars and 10 Super 2000s competing, the racing will be fierce. With the Monte Carlo Rally, will it live up to its reputation as the most challenging of all winter rallies? Will grip on the roads of the Ardèche, Drôme, Haute-Loire and the Alpes-Maritimes be as unpredictable as it was in 2011 and previous years? Sebastian Loeb, 8 times a world champion, looking for title number 9 in 2012. Victory here would be the perfect start, and it'd be a brave man to bet against him. He's won here 5 times already, don't forget. He loves it.
For sure, it's good for the championship to have the Monte Carlo back. It's one of the most mythic rally of the championship, and so it was not nice to see that it was not in the championship anymore. So for sure, we are happy to come back here.
The WRC's version of musical chairs has seen Mikko Hirvonen leave Ford after 6 years and 14 WRC wins and move across the service park to rival Citroën. He's there as number 2 to teammate Loeb, but ready to take up any chances that may come his way. Watch this space.
During all the years, you've always been thinking and kind of laughing with Jarmo that it would be really nice to get in that team sometime and try the car and see what they are really doing differently. And now we got the opportunity, so I didn't want to throw it away. And you know, like I said, I'm really happy that I made the decision and came here.
Well, with Hirvonen leaving Ford, that elevated Jari-Matti Latvala to number 1 status. Yeah, strong performances last year, particularly on tarmac, and now in his 5th year with Ford, he's the one charged with beating Loeb.
To beat Loeb and Citroën, you need almost like a perfect year, but that's why we are here. We want to challenge it.
And what about Petter Solberg? Well, after 3 years of running his own team, Solberg is back in a factory car and returns to the team where he had his first works drive in the WRC back in 1999. He drives the second Fiesta in the Ford team.
Really good, and of course this is something we have been working on for the last 3 years now, and well, everything is possible.
How close were we to losing Petter Solberg in the World Rally Championship?
It was very close, because it was this or nothing, and then I would have gone Le Mans World Touring Car. That's it.
Mini are back in 2012 after their part season last year, where they made 2 podiums. Full campaign is planned this year, with Danny Sordo remaining as the number 1 driver. But things haven't been easy. A lack of a sponsor has forced the team to look for a paying driver for the second car, leaving Chris Meek on the sidelines at home and filling the second seat this weekend with the Corsican Pierre Campana. Well, a new face in the WRC for this year is the Belgian Thierry Neuville. He brought in by Citroën to try and build up the team for the future, the AL years, the after Loeb years. The 2011 Belgian Driver of the Year will be wanting to do better this time than he did last year on the IRC. So, Moulins to Antrége, 36.87 kilometres in total, the longest stage of the rally. Well, important tyre choices at the start of day 1. Some snow reported in the first part of stage 2, but on 1, dry with some damp patches. Teams having to decide at the very last moment. Citroën going for soft Michelins, 2 tyres with studs in the boot. Ford takes the extra soft Michelin and also 2 tyres with studs in the boot. Drivers have 5 choices: extra soft, soft, hard and snow tyres, either with or without studs. So, choices made, and you have to stick with them. Sebastian Loeb, 5 times a Monte Carlo winner. Loeb, first on the road. Always at home here, setting a time of 24.04. No problems, a good stage. with those soft Michelin slicks. Well, first stage as a Citroën driver for Mikko Ervinen. Won the Monte Carlo in 2010 at the wheel of a Ford Fiesta S2000 in the IRC and was second behind Loeb in the WRC in 2008. Good rhythm for him, taking no risks, getting used to the car of course, but loses 14.9 to Loeb here. Jari-Matti Latvala. Super soft tyres, remember, for him. Fourth best time, shedding 22.2 to Loeb. Super soft, clearly not the best choice for stage 1, but could be better suited for the snow and ice. Reported on stage 2. Latvala always had a good pace and has now become a threat to Loeb on tarmac as well. Danny Sordo, soft tyres for him, same choice as Loeb and Ervinen. Great second fastest time, only 1 second behind Loeb. His ice crew had warned him about ice on the road, so Sordo was actually cautious here, maybe a little bit too much so, because in the end the ice had melted away. Took 2 podiums for Mini in 2011, second in France and third in Germany, don't forget. Simulcam time. Yeah, it's our special toy that featured throughout the rally. With Simulcam, we're able to compare 2 drivers on the same stage, on the same sector, and our first Simulcam overlay situated 22 kilometres into stage 1, about 1 kilometre after the Col de Foyol. We put Sordo against Latvala for this one. Sordo on the soft compound, same as Loeb, sort of a bit faster than Latvala at this same stage. The Mini has more grip during acceleration out of corners. Based on this footage, Sordo should have done the faster time, but he lost some precious seconds in the last 10 Ks. Caution cost him dear. And for stage 2, sun and, well, snow coming up as well. Stage 2, a difficult one. Bouzet to Martial, 30.48 kilometres. With the snow in the first part, ice on the descent towards the finish. Well, the temperature had dropped. -10 now as Sebastian Loeb got underway. Done an extraordinary tyre setup. Studs on the front left and right rear. Soft slicks on the front right and left rear. A diagonal setup. Must be a strange feeling to drive, even for the world champion. But the soft compound was still too hard for the icy conditions towards the end of the stage. 22-20, dead for Loeb.
We have a mixed tire choice with a stud on the front left and on the right rear. So it's a bit it's very strange to drive, but it was okay. We had a good compound choice for the first stage. In this one, the two slicks were too hard, so we are losing for sure some time. But I didn't want to take big risk. It's only the start of the rally. It's very tricky.
Latvala lost 22 seconds to Loeb on the first stage. Also decided to cross-match his tyres, did the same as Loeb. Still on the front left, still on the right rear. But Latvala is on super soft slicks, and that's better suited to these conditions. He flies along 57.7 faster than Loeb. Latvala taking the rally lead and pushing Loeb into second by 30.5 seconds. A good tyre choice by Ford. As for Danny Sordo, missed out on winning stage 1 by only a second, but like Loeb, in trouble on the soft tyres on his Mini. Yes, it gets really bad for Sordo as well. Loses grip. Double kiss. Mini out of shape, but Sordo managed to get the car to the finish. He lost 1 minute and 5, drops to 4th after stage 2. Mini crew in the service park preparing to do some work. The conditions, though, changeable. And with differing choices, the field being levelled out, you might say. But Sordo down to 6. Bumped, bruised, but unbowed. Well, brilliant performance from Ford and Jari-Matti Latvala.
I have seen Citroën using it in the past, and also Petter did a good job. He told me that would be a clever thing to do, but I never tested, so I trusted Petter, and it was a good thing to do.
Getting ready then for the second loop of 2 stages we had in the morning. Time to do it all again. Second run then of Moulins to Entrège, just after 2 in the afternoon local time. Well, Sebastian Loeb was to be quickest again on the second run here. Loeb said it was a good stage. Nothing bad happened. Well, another mixed tyre choice. Super soft in the front, soft at the rear. Latvala, second fastest on the stage, but only 0.4 behind Loeb. Very good stage, gaining more and more confidence on tarmac, a surface he previously said he didn't much care for. Well, with Loeb only gaining 0.4 of a second, Latvala still having a healthy lead of 30.1. So let's compare Loeb and Latvala with the Simulcam, shall we? A different tyre choice for Loeb and Latvala, but they run equally fast at this point on stage 3, some 20 kilometres into the stage, right after the Col de Foyol. At the finish, Loeb was narrowly faster. After the long stage, the drivers have a little break, passing through the village of Entrège and collecting the famous tarte aux pommes, an apple pie made by the Joigny family. They've been doing it for years. Yes, and apparently every driver seems to love it. And some of the bigger names of the past as well. Second run of the Beurze stage had snow and ice on top in the earlier loop, don't forget. So 20 to 4 in the afternoon, Latvala going on to stage 4 with a lead of half a minute. He chose the tyres that Loeb went for on the first loop, soft slicks combined with studded tyres, but a momentary lapse of concentration. The Finn looking for ice and missing his notes, he said. Oh dear, out of the rally. No super rally, called Rally 2 in the Monte.
And there was quite a fast right-hand corner with tightens at like 90 right, and ice started on that corner. And I started to only look and concentrate for the ice, and I didn't concentrate to my notes. I only looked the ice, and then when the corner tightened, I had too much speed. I thought that okay, I tried to get it back. But it went wide. There was a little bank, and after the bank there was a straight 3 meter drop. The rear tires went to the drop, and after that the whole car went there and landed on the side. No big damage, but no chance to get out.
Yes, mea culpa from Latvala. Another fastest time for Loeb. His third of the day was in the offing. And with Latvala retiring, Loeb in the lead, and a comfortable one at that. 1 minute and 4.2, the margin on the field. Well, we were already talking about a possible 6th victory on the Monte for Loeb, and why not? Ogier setting the 6th best time on the last stage. Another brilliant performance for him. 4th overall in front of Ford Fiesta's WRC driver, Yevgeny Novikov. In tricky conditions, Ogier, don't forget, at the wheel of his S2000 without a turbo, matching the performance of the WRC Armada. The legend that is Delacour, finishing the day with the second fastest time, 35.4 behind Loeb. Delacour said sometimes that this day was so fast he had some trouble following the pace notes. But the Monte Carlo winner is still fired up, just as much so as he was 20 years ago. Well, a bad moment along the way for a couple. Thierry Neuville, well, sadly for him, ends up in a wall. No punctures, but the crash ripped up the right front wheel of his Citroën. Had to park his car at the side of the road, rally over. Before his accident, Neuville was 8th in the overall classification. A real shame. Yes, organisers had the choice of whether to go with Super Rally, it's called Rally 2 now, and allow drivers to continue, but they decided not to take up that option. So some big names had been lost to us. So the overall classification after day 1, Loeb and Elena leading Sordo and Del Barrio by 1:04, but look at that situation between second and third. Yes, a real scrap for podium places if Loeb does keep up this kind of pace. That was day one. 4 remain, don't forget, on the 2012 Monte. A very long rally indeed. Lots can still happen, and did. We'll be back in a moment. On to day 2 then. Yes, some very cold conditions. The sun just trying to break through. Mixed as always. Stage 5, the first stage on this day, 19 kilometers long. La Bête d'Andorre to Lalovsek. Yes, not as cold though as day 1. Temperatures just nudging above the freezing. As a result, the fans came out in force. Didn't look quite as wrapped up. Sebastian Loeb, uber focus as you would expect, starting day 2 on the super soft compound with 2 softs in the boot, no ice on the stage, mainly dry, and as a result, well, he was just enjoying himself, doing what he does best, winning stages. Fastest time again. Needs to watch out for his super soft tyres, of course. Tyre maintenance, hugely important. There are 3 stages in a row before the midday service. Petter Solberg, third on the road, second fastest time as well, beating Sordo by just 2.9 seconds, and taking second place from the Spaniard by a margin of just 1.9 seconds. Said he's absolutely delighted with the car, describing it as fantastic. Not pushing too hard, not taking too many excessive risks. Mika Urbanen setting the 4th fastest time, moving 1 position up overall from 6th to 5th. Yes, moving in front of Novikov. Small gap of 2.3 seconds on the Russian. So on to stage 6, 25 kilometre long, some wet sections out there, temperature still above freezing. Crowds out in force, and there's no doubt about it, the man that they all really wanted to see, Sebastian Loeb, and it was another best time for him. Said he was suffering no problems at all, stage running clean. No tricky places, he said, no ice. Always resisting, waving at the fans, and there were many, many thousands of them lining the hillside and the routes. Supersofts working well.
That's okay, no problem at all at the moment. Stages are clean. Nearly no tricky place. It's for sure tricky because it's humid and we have some black top, but no ice, so it was okay.
Mikko Urbanen, second best time, 8.6 though behind Loeb.
Oikein eri mene sisältä pidä, 4, vasen eri mene sisältä, liukas jarru 5, pitkä oikein nopea mene pinta, 7, vasen go.
Urbanen moving to 4th overall, 2 minutes and 50 down on the leader. Said he was able to push a bit more on this stage, getting better grip with the car, wants to finish the rally, still getting to know the vehicle, don't forget. Well, the 3rd quickest time went to Dani Sordo. Could have gone even faster, but was expecting it to be a little bit more slippy in places. Moving back to 2nd place overall ahead of Petter Solberg, but by only a margin of 0.3 seconds. Terrific battle starting and continuing for 2nd place in Monte Carlo. So let's highlight that battle for 2nd with our simulcam feature. Sordo versus Solberg at the end of stage 6, the Sam Bonnet stage. At the start, Solberg was 1.9 ahead of Sordo, with the finish in sight, nothing between the pair. Even braking at the same point. In the last kilometres though, Sordo made the difference. 2.2 faster than Petter Solberg. Sordo into second, again by 0.3 of a second. Day 2 on the Monte Carlo rally. And back to the action straight away with stage 7. La Mastre, Guillaume to Albousière, 21.66 kilometres in total. Sebastian Loeb, well, in management role you might say, 6th quickest time. Only lost stage 2 yesterday. His 6th victory is what we're saying, not 6 on this one. Amazing. A lead of almost a minute and a half. Good tyre choice. The road slightly wet. Dangerous, he said. Well, maybe he just said it in the notes. He looked terrific. Petter Solberg just 3.3 behind Loeb on this stage. His fight with Dani Sordo for second overall was the battle of the day, but always keeping the manufacturer's points for Ford in mind. So maybe just holding back a little, perhaps.
Minus long, tights 5 plus long, tights a little. Slide right, 40, slide left, it'll be 2 right, minus tights 1 plus. Opens extra long, tights front, half long, 2 left.
No. We are driving sensible. That's the only thing I can say, and it's so important to keep the position now and the points for the team. So that's the main thing. I'm enjoying a lot. Really good fun.
Would he stay on the leash though? Tricky stage for Sébastien Ogier. Tricky for everybody. Ogier's pace was pretty good. 4th fastest time, only 1.1 slower than the 3rd fastest. That was Sordo. Another impressive result for Ogier in the S2000 machine. Said he was taking some risks. Must be praying for bad weather tomorrow and some technical stages to come as well. 5th in the standings, 7.4 behind Irvinen. So drivers heading back to Valence for the midday service. Loeb still having a big lead, but the fight a fierce one between Petter Solberg and Dani Sordo for second place. No major drama this morning, so a routine service you might say. No big issues regarding tyre choices for the afternoon stages as well, with a mainly dry surface being reported. Glorious part of the world, especially springtime. The further south you get, the more sun you get. So onwards to stage 8. 19 kilometres in total, and that battle for second raging on. All the factory drivers are on soft compound with 1 spare in the boot. Sordo attacking just a little bit more, just trying to crank it up. Said he had a good feeling out there, so why not? Did some setup tweaks during the service and puts in the fastest time, beating Loeb by just 0.2 of a second. First stage win of the season for Sordo. Yeah, surely more stage wins to come for him. Petter Solberg, well, getting the splits from Sordo, and here's that the Mini is faster, so no easy task for Petter. Yes, he has to secure manufacturer's points for Ford, as we've said, but still wanting a strong podium result.
Hundreds to be braking, 2 right, tightens 1 plus, half long. 6 left minus long, opens 120. Keep right over crest, 6 left, half long.
Solberg 2 seconds slower than Sordo. Overall, Solberg's advance on Sordo falling to 1.5. What about Yevgeny Novikov, the Russian in the Ford Fiesta WRC? 5th fastest time, moving up to 6th, or from 6th to 5th I should say. Yes, in front of Ogier with a 12-second gap on the French driver. Still 2 stages to go on day 2. Woolly hats and barbecues, an absolute must. So Saint-Bonnet to Saint-Julien, Molzabate. Back to Saint-Bonnet, 25.22 kilometres. And Loeb yet again, another best time for him and co-driver Daniel Elena. Well, his lead now 1:28. Still 3 days to go, obviously. And so, to stage 10, La Mast Guillaume to Albousière, 21.66, last stage of day 2. Well, it'd been a great day again for Sébastien Loeb, winning 5 of the 6 stages, and now just has to keep his concentration. And his lead, of course, hovering around about 90 seconds. The roars of the fans as he comes through. Said he had a great feeling, just managing that time cushion. That's his role. Peter Solberg, third quickest on the stage, losing 6.1 to Sordo and dropping to third overall.
Into 6 right and slippy, 3 left, one side to 1 and 2 right minus opens, 40. Slight left into lane, 2 right minus long, tightens neat, opens long, tightens neat, 1 plus. 20.
So 3.7 behind Sordo going into day 3. As for Sordo, second fastest time, 6 seconds behind Loeb. Yeah, was absolutely baffled at how Loeb had been setting those times throughout the day. Sordo, of course, focusing on the battle with Solberg, but he beats Solberg in the last sector. Back into second again for the Spaniard.
It was really fun. At the end we stayed in second place, but only in the last split of last stage, no. But it was really fun, I think, for the drivers and for spectators and everyone. Was nice battle.
Last stage of day 2, not good for Ogier. With 6 in the standings, French VW star crashing at high speed, 5 kilometers from the end. Wow. Probably 150 kilometers an hour. Scary. They went for a medical checkup. They're okay.
It was a very fast corner, and we tried to pass it flat out and taking a bit more the cut than on the first loop. But the cut was a bit deeper than we expected because many cars passed inside this cut, and then it was too aggressive for the car, and then out of this corner we were out of the line.
Well, business as usual in Monte for Sébastien Loeb. Yes, a big lead. French driver, more relaxed than yesterday on his arrival in Valence. What plans the following day?
Oh, it's still Monte Carlo. We don't know exactly what will be the weather tomorrow. So if it's some snow, then with a bad tire choice or with a mistake or bad rhythm, you can easily, in some difficult condition, lose a lot of time. So for that, I tried to take everything I can.
Indeed, and is doing exactly that. Loeb still with a comfortable lead, as you can see, 1 minute and 37 clear of Danny Sordo. Sordo and Solberg very, very close, with Irvinen just waiting to pounce. Further down the order, things opening up. Delacour running in 6th place. So, second day completed on the 2012 Monte Carlo rally. What would happen next? Snow on day 3, perhaps? That's the question. We'll find out after this break. Day 4 then, on the 2012 Monte Carlo rally. Still bad weather and rain on the first stage, and lots of ice patches being reported on the second. Well, the drivers will complete 3 special stages before cruising to Monte Carlo for the end of the rally, so tricky conditions are expected. Citroën chooses 2 super soft and 2 studded tyres with 2 studs in the boot. Solberg's Ford is fitted with 4 super softs and 2 winters. Yes, with studs or without studs, I beg your pardon, as spares. At the very last moment, Mini's Sordo decided to do the same as Citroën, but there was not enough time for the Mini team, so Sordo left Valence with 6 winter tyres without studs and a glum face, I might add. Wow. Temperatures above 0 for the first stage, quite mild with some rain. Damp and wet, you could say, and only a tiny bit of sleety snow right up at the top. Sordo, 5th quickest, losing 13.2 seconds to Solberg, and losing his 2nd place overall, and handing 9.5 second cushion to Solberg. Yes, was on 4 winter tyres without studs. Bad choice for this stage, but could be spot on for the following one. We'd have to wait and see. Solberg on the Supersoft compound. Great choice for this wet stage without ice, putting in the fastest time. His first stage win for the Ford Fiesta.
6 right plus, opens, long, opens, 100, 6 right plus, opens, extra long, tightens, 5 plus, long, tightens, 4 plus.
Well, he beat Sordo with a 13-second gap and taking 2nd place overall. 1 minute 24. Solberg behind the leader. What about Francois Delacour? 2nd quickest, only 3.3 behind stage winner Solberg. Yeah, same Supersoft compound as Solberg. Delacour, though, has some friends in the region, and they give him precious info. Yes, seen that before. 6 overall. And what about Evgeny Novikov in the Ford Fiesta? 3rd quickest, 8.5 behind Solberg, using a diagonal tyre setup, mixed studded tyres and super soft slicks, jumping to 4th overall. Well, during the road section to stage 12, the drivers swapping tyres to tackle the ice on the 2nd stage of the day. So how would it work out? Well, around freezing with quite a lot of black ice and standing water, aquaplaning was a big problem. But that ice, sections had thawed, others had frozen up, so the ice notes were not to be trusted. Irvinen had replaced his 2 Supersofts with 2 studded tyres from the boot, so he's in 4 studded tyres right now. Great choice for the ice and slush. Irvinen taking the fastest time on the stage, his first stage win as a Citroën driver.
This time we definitely had the right tyre choice, and for once I was brave enough with this car, so that's a good time.
So brutally honest about themselves, aren't they, rally drivers? It's great. Pierre Campana, 3rd fastest, beating his teammate Sordo by 21.6, now 7th overall. Well, what about Danny Sordo? Well, you heard that he wanted the same tyre choice as Citroën at the very last moment, but there was no time left to switch the tyres. Oh dear, and he was having trouble. Has to make do with 4 winter tyres without studs, taking it steady, not risking too much. He knows that Solberg has the wrong tyres for this stage as well. 4th fastest on this stage, but how would Solberg perform later?
We didn't take tyres with the studs, and in the last part we lost a lot. It was really difficult. I think the time with Sebastian with the studs it's okay.
And this is Peder driving with 2 winter tyres without studs at the front and 2 super softs at the rear.
Then 30 ice, 6 right long, and line, 6 left minus tight.
You can see the challenge. Good grip up front, but the car loose at the rear, tending to oversteer, the back end sliding out. Very difficult car to drive, even for the 2003 world champion. Loses 1 minute and 46 over the 24 kilometers.
I have a slicks on the rear and no stud on the front, and I saw big aquaplaning from the start. I almost went off on the fast day, just unbelievable.
3rd in the standings, 57.6 behind Sordo, I've got to tell you. Well, let's call in the simulcam, shall we, to show you where Solberg lost time on this stage. We're at the 7 kilometre mark after the start, before the icy sector. It's wet. First we compare Peder and Danny Sordo. Remember, Solberg has 2 winter tyres without studs at the front, 2 super soft slicks at the rear. Sordo has 4 winter tyres without studs. Sordo has equal grip on his Mini, while Solberg, well, it's a little bit loose as the rear, as you've seen. Mini more stable during braking, the Ford are much more unbalanced. Mini with more grip in acceleration, Ford just hasn't got it. Solberg losing an absolute heap out there. 57.6 was the gap between Solberg and Sordo overall after that. So now we compare Peder to Mikko Irvinen. Irvinen has 4 studded tyres. As we said, Solberg got 2 winters without studs at the front, 2 super softs at the rear, and even with the studs on the wet, Irvinen is faster than Solberg. Later on in the stage, Irvinen will outgun Solberg, and at the end, Irvinen 1 minute and 46 seconds faster. Amazing. And finally, we compare a car with studs and another without. Loeb has 4 studded winter tyres, Sordo has 4 winter tyres, but no studs. Well, there's not that much difference on the wet part of the stage. On the ice, though, Loeb will just run away from Sordo and beat his former teammate by a clear 35 seconds. So now let's have a real F1 race on a rally stage. Irvinen versus Solberg versus Sordo versus Loeb. All racing the same point of the stage. At the end of this sector, Sordo is leading, but at the finish, Irvinen is the fastest. Simulcam, it's good fun, isn't it? So, day 3 of Monte Carlo. 1 stage to complete. Well, mostly dry, with the wind having picked up. North-facing parts have damp bits, but the southern-facing exposed bits pretty much dry, with temperatures reaching between 9 and 10 Celsius. And it was another quickest time, well, for Irvinen. Second stage win in a row, and at the end of day 3, Irvinen running in 4th, 3 minutes 43 behind teammate and leader of the rally, Sebastian Loeb. Will be fighting for a podium tomorrow, you can be sure of that. Sebastian Loeb, second fastest behind Irvinen. 2.9 seconds is what he gave away. 4 softs in the car, as for Irvinen, but taking no extra risks on the stage. Yes, much easier and far less tricky than the 2 stages that opened the day. Loeb leading the rally by a huge margin of 2 minutes and 12 now. As a result, was able to take it a little bit easier.
This one was like a tarmac stage, so but you have a good lead, so I didn't take any risk, just going through. A lot of gravel in some parts, so I was a bit careful, but no problem. I really wanted to go to Monaco tonight, so no mistake now.
Peder Solberg, 5th fastest, another 15.8 lost to Sordo. Was pushing to make up time. Sadly for him, cut a corner, punctured the front left, and the rim was damaged. Watch it.
And 6 left minus over crest, tightens, opens, long, tightens, cut 5 minus half long, tightens.
Well, it happened close to the end of the stage. Solberg decided to continue rather than stop and change the wheel. 3rd in the standings. We'll just have to watch out for Irvinen tomorrow. The Finn now only 23.8 seconds behind.
He smacked something very hard. He's broken. I cut it in a little bit too much in one corner, and that's it. Basically, you know, it's my own fault that it happened. So, well, I was -3, -4 up on Sordo, so it was going really well, but can't do anything with that now. Just to change it.
Change it and get on with it. Loeb leading the field by 2 minutes and 12. Sordo and Solberg now separated, but look how close Irvinen is getting to Solberg here. Peder perhaps starting to look over his shoulder. Not a bit of it, still gonna try. There's your top 10 at the end of day 3 and 13 stages. Rally leader Sebastian Loeb led them all the way to Monte Carlo for 2 more days of action around Monaco. Day 4. Yes, still 4 stages to tackle, including 2 runs of the Col de Tourine. We'll take a break and be back for the resumption of the 2012 Monte Carlo Rally. where else would you want to be if you're a rally fan? Finally, we're in Monte Carlo for the last and crucial stages of the 2012 rally. And don't forget, on day 4, it's the Col de Torini. Fans out in force. No snow to throw this time by. So they'll be coming by very, very quickly. Bone dry, the air warm, 12 Celsius, and around about +5 on the top. Well, it was to be another fastest time for Ervinen, his 3rd stage win in a row. Always great to see. And a great place to do some winning as well. Fastest time on the Torini. Trying to catch Solberg, don't forget, for 3rd place. Solberg was to start this stage 23.8 in front of Ervinen, let's not forget.
64 right times, 2 times, 1 plus.
Now, Petter Solberg is a battler. Still believes that he could wrestle 2nd place from Sordo. Needed to keep the pressure up. No watching his back then. Ervinen was attacking, but Solberg looking forward. Well, Ervinen may have set the fastest time on the Torini, but Solberg 2nd quickest, just 1.7 behind Ervinen. So the question would be, how much would he lose on 2nd place Sordo, or indeed gain? First, we'll find out this. Simulcam time. Ervinen was a bit faster than Solberg. So how did they compare 18 kilometres into the stage? Ervinen in the Citroën DS3 WRC, Petter Solberg in the Ford Fiesta WRC. Well, both equally fast, it seemed. The Citroën, more power coming out of the corners. The DS3 has taken advantage of an engine evolution, and it shows. The Ford, though, more efficient on the braking, closing the gap as they go into the corners. It's good, isn't it? Beautiful, beautiful views. And, well, stage 15. Similar to stage 14. A few patches of damp, but mostly dry. Warm and sunny, as you've just seen in the morning, but starting to cloud up for the stage. 12 Celsius, the temperature. Well, 5 to 4 in the afternoon. Fastest on the stage, Petter Solberg. His 4th stage win of the rally.
Slight left opens 20, hairpin left, double tightens. Into 6 right minus and line, 3 left plus half long tightens, 2 minus tightens 20, hairpin right, double tightens.
You know, just getting quicker and quicker as the rally goes on. Enjoying driving the Fiesta so much, said he's feeling absolutely great. Petter smiling again. After 3 difficult seasons as a private driver, we had to manage the team. Now able to focus entirely on his driving, wanting to secure that 3rd place no matter what.
I'm just trying to keep my place for the 3rd place, you know, for Ford. That's the main thing for me. You know, we had the chance with Sordo. I'm quite sure, you know, but you have to be realistic here. But I did a mistake close to the end here that I lost a little bit, couple of seconds on. So I think Mikko will maybe take a couple of seconds, you know. Hopefully not more if it's something yeah.
Absolutely no panic at Citroën. Everything under control for rally leader Sebastian Loeb. And just look how close the fans get to the work that's being done in rallying. Amazing access. Second loop of the 2 stages run earlier. Light pods, night time. good fun. Evident was the fastest on the first run through the Torini. In the dark and the smoke. How would Petter do this time by?
Plus tightens 3, half long, tightens 8. Opens half long, keep in, and 5 right plus. Opens long, 2 right minus tights, 1 plus tights a little. 30, 4 left minus tights, 2 minus tights, 1 minus half long. And 6 right minus, opens half long, keep in, and 6 left minus, keep in, 20, keep left.
Undistracted by the fireworks. The best time for Petter Solberg. Keeping that battle going for second place then perhaps, certainly keeping the pressure up. What a great day for Solberg. Danny Sordo then, well, out to control that second place, calculating his rhythm, knowing the splits of Solberg.
Derecha 8 para izquierda 7 a fondo, 20 frenar, derecha 8 cortan rasante, se cierra 5, 20, izquierda 6 muy rápida, 40, 6 muy rápida, 40.
Muy rapida indeed, fourth fastest, losing 9.1 to Solberg, but stays second, 30.8 ahead of the Norwegian. Mikko Överden, last attempt to gain time on Solberg, and maybe he was pushing just a bit too much.
160. Hae vasen, jarru 2, oikein tosi hidas menee. 3, vasen servo takaviistu, tiukka. 4, vasen tosi hidas menee. No niin, noin.
Well, the mistake at the beginning of the stage caused some slight worriment, as you saw, to the fans. Only the 5th fastest time, losing 13.5 to Solberg, was the fastest on the run through the Torini, 4th overall, 44 behind Solberg. Poor old PG Anderson, driving a Proton Satria S2000, yes, when running 9th overall, and then this. What a shame. So stage 17, Petter Solberg not giving up on second place. Another stage win coming his way. His second best time in a row. Won 3 of the 4 stages on this day.
It feels like I come into a Sebastian Loeb mood, you know. Everything it's so nice and easy, and it's great. Okay, the stage before it was a lot of damp, so we was a little bit more careful. But this is absolutely. I was so happy, guys. You know.
Isn't he great? Yes, a driver like Sebastian Loeb comes along once in a lifetime. Petter Solberg must think, why did it have to be during mine? Yes, Sebastian Loeb must be glad that this day is over, managing his lead all day, ending day 4 with the second best time on the stage, 7.7 behind Solberg, but 2 minutes and 41 clear.
At the moment, yeah, for sure, it has been great. Today, it's really fantastic to drive here in these 2 stages in the night with an atmosphere like that, dry conditions, so going very fast and some fire everywhere. It's really great.
So 2 minutes and 41, the gap carried into the final day. Amazing. Day 4 coming to a close, and look at that, Sordo and Solberg. Solberg still with some belief. Quite remarkable. Delacour solidly in 6th place. Yes, over 1 minute and 20 back to Campana, the nearest man to him. The Rally Monte Carlo, it's special. So to the power stage on the menu, just a few kilometres, only 5.16, but don't forget points up for grabs in the championship. 3, 2 and 1, the winner taking an extra bonus of 3 home with him. Yevgeny Novikov, excellent result for him. 3rd he was on the power stage, picking up that point. 5th overall, matching his best result ever. That was Sardinia back in 2009. Mikko Överden, 2nd on the power stage, picking up 2 points. 4th overall, 4 minutes and 6 behind the winner.
Jatkuu lyhyt vasen täys.
As for Petter Solberg, well, not taking any risks on the power stage. No points scored, not worth throwing away everything on the day. Finishing third overall, 3 minutes and 18 behind the leader and 28 behind his nemesis, Danny Sordo. Sordo fourth on the power stage, no points scored, but despite a difficult day for Sordo, taking a really consistent second place overall. Absolutely delighted with that. Well, no doubt about the winner. And indeed, if you'd spoken to most fans before the rally, they'd have picked this man, of course. Winning 9 stages, including the power stage, turned up the wick at the very last to pick up those 3 bonus points, maxing out the championship, even at the very first. Amazing.
It was a great moment to start the season like that, especially in Monte Carlo, where I know I have a lot of supporters, a lot of fun. It was a great atmosphere yesterday in the Turini and in all the stages. So finally to win also this one was very good. Full points on the first race is incredible.
Full points indeed, 28 of them to Sebastian Loeb. There's the margin of victory. Novikov finishing 5th behind Irvinen. Terrific result for the Russian. Solberg pleased with that 3rd place. Delacour, yes, he let Dominic Savignoni drive the final stage, and Delacour read the notes. It was a gift to Savignoni, who's heading for retirement after this. Loeb then leading the championship, and with those 3 extra points from the power stage, he's on 28, 10 clear of Sordo. Terrific. Kosciuszko won the PWRC and Craig Brian won the SWRC. Well done, boys. So Citroën leading the manufacturers, 42 points ahead of Mini on 24. It really was an amazing run by Citroën. 1 and 4, don't forget. So we wait for Rally Sweden as Citroën deserve their celebrations. I'm Carlton Kirby. Thanks for your company on the 2012 Monte Carlo Rally. Bye for now.